Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is well rested and ready for Monday. I know it is late, but I definitely wanted to channel some collective twin flame messages for you guys before I call it a night. And I hope that everybody has a beautiful week ahead. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the like button. This allows me to pick up on your energy a little bit easier and channel more specific information for you and your situation. So without further ado, today I'm going to start by shuffling the Lovers Oracle card deck. And you all can set your own intentions for the reading if you like. You can say it out loud, put it in the comments, or just think it in your mind, however you feel called. I will set my intention for this reading, that I may be able to channel clearly and accurately the specific messages that the Twin Flame Collective needs to know at this time. So, Spirit, what does the Twin Flame Collective need to know at this time? Both the Divine Feminines and the Divine Masculines. All right. I'm getting some powerful messages here already. I have about 8 cards that came out here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8 cards. Let's see what they all have to say. Before I even flip them over, I really get this feeling that this reading is talking about, or I should say talking to, twin flames of the newer wave that are just now or in the relatively recent past have entered the separation phase of this connection. I am strongly channeling a divine feminine who is really trying too hard to control the situation. And maybe even though she has somehow in the 3D physical disconnected from her masculine, there's still a part of her mentally, emotionally, energetically that is hanging on too tight, trying too hard to stay connected, even though there has been a very significant 3D disconnect. I know that this is the hardest phase of the twin flame connection, and it's much easier said than done to not try to control too much what goes on in the 3D physical, because it's really not in your control. All you can do is focus on your own inner healing work, and it takes a lot to even get into that mindset. So I definitely honor the struggles that this divine feminine who I'm connecting with is going through. And I strongly hope that the messages that I'm channeling through this reading will be of benefit to you. So as I turn over the first card, I see new beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. This is the first card. So I am picking up also on a divine masculine, potentially from this same connection. And this could only resonate maybe for a couple of you in this connection. These messages are a little hyper specific, so please do use your own intuition and only take it if it resonates for you. You know best what fits your situation. Don't ever force a reading to fit your situation. You will know intuitively if this is meant for you. So the divine masculine that I am connecting with tonight is actually feeling a very, very, very deep sense of regret and loss for his divine feminine. This is not something that he's necessarily showing or speaking about in the 3D physical, but it is something that his higher self in the 5D is feeling gravely. I I feel heaviness in my chest area, which to me signifies that this divine masculine that I'm channeling, it has a very heavy heart, because there could be guilt, there could be shame, there could be self-blame about this 3D disconnect that happened between him and his divine feminine. And the next card I pulled, how synchronistic is this, guys? Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. That is the second card that I pulled. And it's so synchronistic because this is actually what I spoke on right before I actually flipped over the cards. And I truly hope that the twin flames listening here are able to take away from this message the key concept of inner healing work. Now, energy healing is a new service that I am adding on to my business. You can find me on Instagram at a_twin_flame_love. That is my Instagram handle. And energy healing work is actually something that I have been doing for my entire life. I would say probably since I was about 15 to 16 years old is when I started. So I have a good 15 years of experience, if not more, under my belt. And I know I'm dating myself here, but it is something that I have been doing. It's just something that I am now recently offering to, my followers on Instagram and anybody who might be interested. So definitely do go check out my page over there. Give me a follow if I do resonate with you. And if you are interested in any energy healing or energy clearing work, feel free to DM me. The next card that I pulled, deep grounding breath. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available to you. Follow it with faith. I feel like when this divine feminine disconnected in the physical 3D from her masculine due to whatever tower moment that this couple experienced, the past is something that both of them are holding on to. I feel like the divine feminine is constantly in her mind playing the hurtful events over and over again and just lowering her vibration in doing so. She may be thinking that she's processing this information. I kind of get the feeling like she's energetically trying to send a message to her divine masculine to let him know how badly she is hurt. And if this is you that I'm connecting with and you're listening, I can definitely understand where that's coming from, that pain, that hurt, that distress. But it's definitely not something that is healthy for you to hold on to. Now, of course, this is all a process. You're not just going to let go of it overnight because you heard this video. But what I'm trying to say is that definitely be gentle with yourself in this process and don't hurt yourself more than what you've already experienced. Working on your inner inner healing and working on letting go of the past, as this card and the energy within it tells us that there is a new beginning waiting for you. And once you decide to stop looking back and start looking forward, that definitely does not mean severing ties with your twin flame or losing the hope or the desire for reunion. Absolutely not, because that is very seldom, if ever possible, in a true twin flame connection. this connection can never, ever be severed. It is energetically, it is spiritually impossible. And please do note that there is a distinction between a twin flame relationship and the connection. The relationship is the name, the label that you give it in the 3D physical world when you actually enter into a romantic relationship with your twin flame. But the connection here is what I'm referring to, because you are two souls that vibrate at exactly the same core soul frequency. And there is a metaphor that is often used to describe the twin flame connection, which is that twin flames are connected at the heart chakra center with a silver cord, and that cord can never be broken, can never ever be severed, no matter how far apart in the physical 3D you get, even if you live 7 seas across from each other in completely different countries on completely different continents. This connection, the 5D mirroring, and communication, telepathic communication, can never ever be severed. You can strengthen or weaken that bond, but you can never ever ever sever it. So I would never tell anyone in my twin flame collective to let go of that hope, because that is truly not something that is possible. There is always hope for reunion with twin flames. Although, yes, everybody does have free will, and you cannot make somebody come back to you, but the chances of a true twin flame not coming back is extremely low. So have hope and have faith. The next card is time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. I think that speaks for itself, and it's very synchronistic compared to what I've been saying earlier. So for the divine feminine and the divine masculine, both in the collective who are connecting with this reading, this next card is extremely powerful, you guys. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. For anybody that's been on this twin flame journey for any significant amount of time, you know that this relationship will challenge you to the core. There are so many deep core healings that need to take place. There are so many wounds and insecurities and traumas that are triggered by your twin flame, and that you trigger for your twin flame. It definitely goes both ways, because remember, this is a connection that is mirrored, and anything that is energetically going on within you is also being mirrored in your twin flame. It doesn't necessarily mean that it will manifest the same exact way in the 3D physical, definitely not. But it will definitely be mirrored in a sense. So this is a very general and basic example, but it's for the purpose of illustrating the point I'm trying to make, that if you have a love for animals and you show that through volunteering at animal shelters and adopting a vegan diet, your twin flame will mirror that same love for animals, although he may not necessarily be vegan and he may not necessarily volunteer at animal shelters, but he will possibly be raising animals, maybe on a farm, and maybe, showing his care and compassion by saving animals that are, in distress somehow. Just showing that same care and compassion, but not necessarily in the same way. That was just a very blunt and basic example, but that illustrates the point that I'm trying to make here. So as I was saying earlier, I'm feeling like the divine feminine that I am connecting with and the divine masculine that I'm connecting with are carrying heavy weight on their chest and a lot of negative energy that is bringing down their vibration. The divine feminine, by replaying the hurtful events that occurred before the tower moment that led to their 3D physical separation, and the divine masculine, who has so much guilt and remorse in his heart that I literally feel physical heaviness on my chest as I'm channeling his energy. This card speaks to the need for playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. So, of course, at this time in the 3D physical, there is definitely a disconnect in this relationship. There is very minimal to possibly no communication at all, is what I am feeling. But what this message from Spirit is trying to tell you is to find your own joy and to try to find that outside of your twin flame connection. Because believe it or not, that is exactly how you will draw it back in. Reconnect with yourself on a deep inner level. Remember what your hobbies are. Do you like music? Do you like to dance? Do you like to paint? Maybe you're into art. Do you like to take hikes in nature? What are the things that you like to do? Maybe you enjoy cooking, and do those things for yourself. Make time for that self-care to reconnect with your own identity and to find your own inner joy. As you begin to heal, your divine masculine will mirror that, and you will trigger him into his own healing, and you both will be back on the path to reunion. And this card is so extremely powerful, you guys, and so synchronistic with what we've been talking about. Look deep within your heart, and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Twin flames are souls that vibrate at exactly the same core soul frequency. There is not one other person on this universe that will vibrate the same as you except for your twin flame. And for those of you who are new to the concept of twin flame, no, everybody does not have a twin flame. Only certain people do. And I will be uploading podcasts in the future that will help you, that will help you distinguish whether the connection that you have in mind is truly a twin flame connection or if it is a soulmate connection. Soulmates can be romantic or platonic. They can be people from your own family, a group of friends, maybe even some people that you date. And those relationships are more, geared toward teaching you certain lessons, and then they tend to fade away. Twin flames, as I said earlier, is a connection that can never ever be severed. So the very last card that I took here is a very powerful and deep message. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Twin flames are very old souls. They have incarnated together in this universe many, many times, and they don't always necessarily incarnate in the 3D physical together, but they do. And if you are together on this earth in this lifetime, your chances for union are there. Now, of course, everybody has free will, but the likelihood of a twin flame, a true twin flame, choosing otherwise is very, very low. So I hope these messages helped and reached the people that they needed to reach. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into this quick reading. I am probably going to set aside more time so I can do more in-depth readings for you guys. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in that. And this is a wonderful place to close out. So I hope you all have a beautiful night, have restful sleep, and I will talk to you again in the next Twin Flame reading video.